Welcome back to my channel. I'm Hannah Blackwell, and today I'm starting a brand new reading vlog. Jess from Honest Fiction has taken over my TBR, and I guess I'm just reading a bunch of super popular fantasy romance books. I'm really excited for this video. I'm excited for this concept. Me and Jess were talking and we're like, why haven't we done this yet? And we decided to go ahead and do a TBR kind of collab. I've recommended her some books. She's recommended me some books. And I'm excited to get into them. I don't know for sure like where this video is gonna go because my mood is all over the place. Thinking she's given me some paranormal, some monster, some spooky, some dark, some fantasy, romance, basically a whole wide spectrum of options. So I have started and I am currently reading Between Wrath and Mercy. Before I get into that book, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you do so. All of my social media is linked down below in the description, including my Goodreads, Instagram, and Twitter, and the link to the hideaway that I share with my good friend Maggie, the link to my Patreon, and the Etsy shop link where I sell bookish and seasonal bookmarks. Jess's channel is going to be linked down below too if you somehow don't already follow her, because I don't see that as a possibility. She's amazing. She's got a fairly large channel. If you watch me, you'll love her. She has basically all of the best fantasy romance recommendations, and she is also a very dear friend of mine. I flipping love Jess. She means the world to me. We talk almost every day and I just love her. She's amazing. So I am reading Between Wrath and Mercy. This has been on my TBR forever. The only thing that's been stopping me is that the audiobook is freaking long. It's like 20 hours or 20, it's like 29 hours long, but the synopsis is something that really intrigued me. This is about a mom and her daughter is like a teenager and her daughter gets taken. Her daughter is like some kind of like chosen one. She knows her whole life that these people are going to try to take her daughter. So she has her in hiding, and one day her daughter is taken. And she goes to her ex-flame, who is like a prince, and she tells him that she needs his help, and he decides to help her. And there is some kind of second chance romance involved too. They're on a mission to save her daughter. I love that. I love that this is like a mom who is being badass and getting her daughter back, and it's a second chance. She's an adult. I think that she's plus size as well. Maybe, don't quote me on that. She's like probably like my age or something, you know what I'm saying? And I love that. You don't get to see that very often in a fantasy romance. So where am I now? I am 25% in and I am really loving it. I am hooked. I'm loving the heroine. I'm also loving the adult, mature conversations that are happening in this book. I'm loving the hero. And I'm really interested because every once in a while we're getting some flashbacks and snippets of finding out like what happened way back when to make these two split and want nothing to do with each other. It's really interesting to watch. This is not going to be a spoilery vlog, so I can't go into details about some of the things that we've discovered because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but I'm really liking this book so far. I am hoping we get some steamy times. We haven't got anything steamy yet, but I'm hoping things get spicy. I think the third book's coming out by the end of the year, and so I'm very hopeful for that. Hopefully this is something that I might be able to binge. I will give you guys an update soon. Okay, so today is Wednesday. It's been kind of a crazy week already. I don't even know. It's been a blur. So I think I'm going to go ahead and have a chill day. Obviously, minus, I've got the kiddos, obviously. I think I'm 50% into Between Wrath and Mercy, and I think I'm going to try to finish that today. And we're going to see how that goes. I'm loving it so far. It's such a unique take on a fantasy romance. I'm loving the adult conversations. I'm loving the maturity levels. I'm a little bit annoyed with like the back and forth because I'm like, girl, just do it. Just do it. The main character is a little bit more timid and questioning and like not having confidence in the relationship or the situation, basically. I'm loving it though. I'm really, 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 really loving it. And I'm going to I'm going to try to finish it today because I have so many books on my fall TBR I'm trying to get to as well. Plus, I have more books for this video I want to do. And I've been reading so slowly lately. It probably wasn't the time to pick up a super long book, but I wanted to read it really badly. So I'm going to try to go ahead and just get this knocked out today. This is just my little update. I have finished Between Wrath and Mercy, and my kids are just playing outside right now. And I want to let you guys know I am giving that 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I definitely at times got very frustrated by our heroine. I felt like things took a little bit longer than necessary, and with her, with like acceptance and everything like that, like I don't know, but the ending was crazy. I'm kind of mad at the ending too, so I have like mixed feelings. I told Jess that I am giving it like a reluctant 5 stars. Sorry, my kids have one of those popping things, but yeah, I'm giving it a reluctant 5 stars because I did like get so upset at the ending, and it is a cliffhanger ending. Just know that going in. I'm really excited to find out what happens next. I'm looking forward to reading the next book. It's long though, so we'll see. But I just loved the take on it being an adult heroine with a daughter and like a second chance romance. It was just so unique in that way, and so I really liked that. And I also really liked the mutual pining. I thought that was done just so well. The pining was so good. I loved the hero. I got annoyed with him at a couple of things that I felt like he could have done better at. It's also hard sometimes, I feel like, going in and feeling connected to characters that already know each other from the past. That's such a hard way to go about a book. So it's pretty amazing that she did such a great job with this, because I feel like going at it this way can be really hard. And I'm really impressed when authors are able to write books based on established relationships. Like, we had established friendships in this. We had established, I mean, the heroine and the hero were exes, so established relationship, the friendships, established relationships. So she kind of has to catch us up on this, right? And I just thought that's like a really hard way to go about writing a book, and I was really impressed that she was able to do it so well. Jessica Weisskopf is definitely like a super talented author. I'm really impressed.
Call me out, tiger. Call me out, why don't you love? Lift me up higher above the clouds, won't you love? When the scenery is right, go right in. I wanna fall deep within. Don't leave me hanging just 'cause I'm too proud. Whisper away my outdated doubts. Somebody do me the courtesy, dress me down. I'm not that old, yet I'm far too young to not stand my ground. But my ways are mine and I don't wanna change, not even for love. Now take back all them hard words. I'm a grown woman with confidence and sense. In the middle, meet me in the middle. I'm a riddle, figure me out. We'll tornadoes, we'll drink morning dew, and we'll be lovers, me you. Full force tiger, call me out with them blue green eyes.
Hey guys, so sorry if any of my lighting or anything like that is kind of messed up right now. I just got a new camera and I really don't know how to do everything on it so far. I don't know. I'm still working it out. I did want to let you guys know that I did, there goes some books. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I did start a new book, and I went ahead and went with Belladonna, and this is by Adeline Grace. Kind of repeating myself because new camera struggles. I already filmed this, but I apparently filmed it in slow mode. And so I filmed it in slow mode. I don't even know, and I don't know how to fix that. So yeah, I'm having new camera struggles right now for sure. Okay, so Belladonna. This is a book that Jess gave 5 stars, I believe. And I know she wasn't as much of a fan of the second book. But this is YA, and it's a gothic fantasy romance about our heroine who she can see ghosts and she can't be killed, and she's encountered death when she was really young, and she basically should have died and was sent back. And now her parents have passed away and she is being kind of tossed around from foster family to foster family, and they keep passing away. So she thinks this is Death's fault, and she tries to have a serious conversation with him about it. And he, I think, tries to help her and sends her to this new family. I think they're her cousins or her aunts, and her aunt or cousin has just passed away, and there's this kind of mystery surrounding her death. So she's at this new house and there's like a murder mystery basically. So it's like a gothic murder mystery romance. There's a bit of a love triangle, and I'm not really the biggest fan of love triangles. I feel like it's part of why I don't really lean into a lot of YA anymore. But this definitely reads very YA, and that's fine. Like, that's not a negative or a bad thing. I just prefer middle grade or adult, usually adult, only because the level of like melodrama and like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like the like logical thinking aspect is just lost in YA. And I think that there's just like a lot of melodrama and people being led by their hormones, even more so than someone who's not of that age range. I'm liking the vibes. I'm liking the gothic atmosphere. But in general, I'm thinking so far I'm leaning towards like a 3.5 or a 4. I'm about a third of the way through. Okay, so I finished Belladonna and I'm going to give this book 3 stars. I liked a lot of things about it. I like the atmosphere. I like the vibes. I like the story. I found it a little bit predictable, but I didn't predict everything, which is awesome. It's just that I don't read or relate to YA much anymore, and that's nothing wrong with YA, and I know a lot of people that do relate to it no matter what age range. Yeah, I don't relate to it because sometimes I feel like there's a lot of, I have this huge crush on this guy. I don't know why. There's not a lot behind the thought process or behind the emotions. And I feel like it's a lot of like telling, not showing in terms of the relationship and the attraction. And so that's kind of more of my issue. The romance I felt to be quite cringy at all of the time. But that's honestly just because I said of the YA factor, and that's just how they're written, and that's totally fine. And I like a lot of people love that, and that's great. It's just for me, it's like a personal thing. So enjoyment wise, I don't know. I would definitely recommend this book to people that do enjoy YA. I just wouldn't recommend it to people that don't enjoy YA. So anyway, that would be my issues. And then, but plus side, I like the atmosphere. It is a very like Rebecca-esque kind of feeling if you've ever read Rebecca, but imagine it turned into like a YA romance. And like obviously the twists and everything, that's all gonna be different, but just in terms of like the way it feels, I would say it kind of reminds me of that classic like gothic novel. Yeah, so 3 stars. I don't regret reading it. This was on my TBR for a long time. I'm really glad I have it, especially this copy is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It was gifted to me by Jess, and I will keep it and love it forever. And yeah, so don't regret reading it. I'm glad I got to it. It was on my TBR for a while, and I had a good time. It just wasn't like a great time. But for this video in general, I really had a good time filming it. I got to read Between Wrath and Mercy as well, which was 5 stars. I absolutely loved that book. And I can't wait to continue on in that series. So this was fun. I don't do a lot of vlogs, but this was a good time. And thank you so much, Jess, for your recommendations. I had a blast doing this. And I hope you guys have fun watching. Make sure to go subscribe to Jess's channel if you haven't already. All of my social media is linked down below in the description, including my Goodreads, Instagram, Twitter, the link to the Hideaway that I share with my good friend Maggie. It's a Discord, the link to my Patreon, the link to my Etsy shop where I sell bookish bookmarks and seasonal bookmarks. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would love for you to do so. Comment down below. Let me know if you've read any of these books and how you liked them. Until next time, fellow readers, keep reading and living your best life.